I just bought a 4.4 litre V8 BMW X5 as a daily, and here is why that is a huge problem. Although it sounds very cool driving a V8 every day, there's actually one big problem. It's voted as one of the most unreliable BMW engines out there. And that already showed itself the other day when this happened. Thank you, Laura from the future. We're now in Laura from the past. As you can see, my car, my daily, is in the project car section of the driveway. So I'm gonna need a daily for a daily. But the issue I have today is the battery is not charging because the alternator is fucked. So I've had to fork out like £300, which to be fair is a bargain. I'm a bargain hunter for new parts, and let me show you them. So what I've got here is 3 magic boxes, and hopefully I won't break anything else and the car can actually stay a daily. I have a new tensioner. Yeah, it's just good to change since I'm down there. Might as well change everything else, which is kind of a slippery slope. But yeah, I haven't gone too far, hopefully. I've got a new belt because again, while I'm down there, might as well replace things so that I won't have to go and open everything up again when it breaks again, because it is a BMW at the end of the day. And then lastly, the big daddy, which is very expensive, is the alternator, which is... This might be the sole reason my car weighs so much. Not the fact that it's an SUV, this part here. And I regret getting a V8, I should have just got a Honda Jazz, honestly. So before I crack on, I have to remove the battery because every YouTube tutorial says to do it. So I'm just gonna remove the battery. So first things first, I have to get the spare wheel out, which is also just as heavy as everything else in this damn car. My emotional support. Then this UFO looking air compressor because my car has air suspension. I know, it's bougie. I've got to remove the triangle because clearly my car's a part of the Illuminati. And I've lost my ratchet, so that's really gone down to the devil. Yeah, BMW really didn't make it easy to get to the battery. I mean, what if you're in an emergency and you have to do all of this? But anyways, with the cross member out the way, we can finally get to the battery. Now with the battery disconnected, I'm gonna work on moving all the plastic bits out the way, and there's a lot of things in the way to get to the alternator. So thanks BMW again. And when I say that, I am not joking. When it comes to doing anything in this engine bay, it's an absolute nightmare. And especially compared to the MX-5 and the E30, this is a completely new ballpark for me. And at times, it's genuinely scary. But the only way to get things done is by throwing myself in the deep end as usual. So with the intake scoop out the way, I can now remove the engine cover. And the reason I need to remove it is because I need to remove the intake pipe, which of course is connected to the throttle body, which in this case is underneath the engine cover. I can then remove the MAF sensor, loosen the hose clamps, and pull the intake pipe off with no struggle at all. And after removing the airbox, I can finally see this big massive mess and a load more parts that need to come off. Next up is a bunch of coolant hoses that's in the way of the alternator, and I also have to remove the fan to get any tools down there. And after all of that, I can finally get to the parts I need. First, I'm going to remove the old stinky belt, and to do that, I get a big Torx bit and turn the tensioner so that it loosens the tension and I'm able to wiggle the belt off the pulleys. The tensioner itself has only got one bolt. Oh, succulent. And after getting the bolt out, it comes out just as succulently. And finally, after all of that, I can get onto the main event, the alternator, which should technically be as easy as removing all the bolts around it and taking it out. But as you know, nothing ever goes to plan here. I've just been chiseling the motherfucker with some tools that have gone up my ass now. And somehow, look at that baby. Look at that. Do you know what? This ain't a beginner channel anymore, man. This is an extreme, advanced mechanic tutorial university course. Because do you know what? I'll tell you the trick, guys. I got something metal, went like that,
Chisel.
went like that. I went like this. And I went like this. And do you know what? This, knowing how to do you know what I mean? Helped. So I was just like, I swear to God, the alternator never begged more to come out. It said, take me out, bitch. And I've took it out, and I can see everything now. And this is a motherfucker that made my car not start. But what I didn't realise is that there's one more stupid thing connected to this damn alternator. And that's an electrical connection at the back of it, held on by a 10mm. And even though it doesn't sound hard, the weight of the alternator and the position it's in makes it virtually impossible to do by myself. So I had to drag the cameraman to come and help me with this one. So I've got the old alternator out and I was just inspecting it to see what could have caused it to go wrong. Firstly, there's no like bad noises when I spin this or when I shake it. When I was looking at it, I realized that the back is really wet, and when I was touching it, it was oil. So I've got oil all over the back end, which where a lot of the electrical components are. So it's possible that an oil leak has caused the alternator to go bad. And when I've inspected to see where the oil's coming from, it's all coming from the right side, especially above the alternator, just above here. There was loads of oil. So I have a feeling it's caused by the valve cover gasket, which is a pain in the ass to change. I've already checked YouTube. You know, I don't want to do it, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't want to do it. So I might, I am going to put the new alternator in, hope it doesn't go bad. And if it does go bad one day, I'm just going to put a new alternator in and just sell it. Because I don't want to deal with that.
Or maybe do the valve cover gasket if it goes again.
Maybe not. I'll see how I feel when the time comes. But right now I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not. Instead, I've cleaned up all the area for new oil to come on a fresh bed. To be fair, now I've calmed down, it's probably the more mature thing to actually fix this active oil leak at some point, rather than let it get worse and, you know, spend more of my money. But let's leave that as another day's problem. Right now, I'm more worried about putting this car back together and working out if I've actually fixed something, or I'm gonna just throw this car in the bin. So right now we finished putting everything, buttoned everything up. To be honest, I think that's one of the smoothest jobs I've ever done on a car, genuinely. All the bolts went back in, I had no bolts left over. Literally, everything went smooth. I had to zip tie one thing.
What was that?
Which was this pipe here.
Oh yeah, the vacuum line broke.
Yeah, it came off because I had rested it to the side, and I guess, yeah, it just created tension and just broke it. Anyways, gonna jump start it, start the car, and then when we take the jump leads off, if the car dies, we fucked it. The job didn't do anything. If the car still runs, then I've done something right.
Alarm.
Can I start it?
Yeah, go for it.
It's not.
Take the key out.
Lock.
Lock the door. Unlock it. It's not connected. One second.
Don't break my heart, man. Don't break my heart.
We got some new jump leads. Let's give this a crack.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a noise. Let me shut the door.
Yeah, start it.
Yeah, no alarm.
No.
Nah. Radio started. Oh, it's got some code. It's saying, hold on. It's saying code on here, and on my radio it has a code. Has someone put a password on my car?
Ghost immobilizer.
What is this? Oh. Should I turn it off again?
Oh.
No! That was a little bit on the gas. I might have actually done something here.
Sounds good to me.
Sound like an aeroplane? Sounds like a V8.
Let's chuck some coolant in there.
Yeah, forgot about that. Oh my god, I can't believe I've actually done something right. I haven't messed up anything. The car's actually started. Damn! I think I actually solved something. It's still running. What was that? Okay, I think we're good. It choked a little bit. Could that be the... Check the heat. Check the heat.
Why are you checking the...
Alright, we're gonna put some coolant in it, put everything back together, and I'll take you guys back to the future. And I know you all want to see around the car, and I really want to show you what features it has, but again, there's another issue I need to sort out with it first. And that is, every time I change the transmission from drive to reverse, there's a weird clinking noise coming from the rear. Let me show you guys. Oh, the cold start never gets old. Anyways, okay, drive. You can hear that click. Reverse. Drive. Reverse. And let me show you guys how it sounds from the outside. Drive. Reverse. It's not meant to sound like that. So after spending some time underneath the car, I've put the sound down to come into the rear. And after using the old screwdriver method, I found the sounds becoming majority from the diff. So I bought a brand new used one that I'm going to be changing today. Or so I thought. You see, to get to the diff, I have to remove the exhaust first. And after spending over an hour trying to remove 4 exhaust hangers, I realized I definitely needed an impact for this job, or it would cost my whole damn arm and my will to live. Yeah, so it turns out that job was a lot harder than I anticipated. I ended up only getting to the part where I was taking off the exhaust bolts, and I ended up packing it in from there. This job I'm definitely gonna have to wait till I have an impact for, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep stripping the bolts. But once we're in the car, let me show you all finally around it and what my plans are for the build. So in terms of the interior, it's pretty much all old BMW basic things, but the space is so much different to what I'm used to. All the dailies I've ever had is a lot smaller than this. So having this space is game changing. But my favorite thing about the interior has to be the panoramic roof. This makes the daily perfect. The main reason I bought this car, and probably the biggest feature it has, is the big lump under the bonnet. And that is the big 4.4 litre V8 engine, which you all heard earlier in this video. I definitely need to do an exhaust on it because then it'll sound even more amazing, but more on that later, because this car can tow my MX-5 and my E30, and obviously I needed a towing car. Some of you might know that I was about to buy a minibus for a towing car, which genuinely nearly happened. I had the minibus here about to buy, but I changed my mind. I went for a BMW X5, and yeah, this is my towing wagon for my ship boxes. And on the exterior, it's pretty much basic BMW stuff as well. The color, I originally wanted to go black. I wanted to be like a beastie looking car, but I ended up getting this, which is called carbon black, which apparently is a unique color, but let's be real, it's just dark blue. I mean, in some lights it looks black, but it is just dark blue. Oh, the wheels, again, standard old BMW rubbish. Hideous. I have my eyes on these certain wheels. You lot just need to subscribe to this page for me to get the money for them, because they're expensive wheels, and I won't curb them. I promise, I won't curb them. Also, these wheels will stay on to the summer anyway. It's gonna get cold, it's gonna be snowing. I might take it out for some drifts if it can. It's so heavy, don't know. But I don't wanna mess up my expensive wheels in the winter. So they're gonna stay for now. Of course, as you can see from this angle, it's an absolute fishbowl, so I need to get it tinted because, you know, everyone's just gonna be able to see what I have inside my car. I also didn't want this interior, to be honest.
It sounds like you didn't want to buy the car.
No, to be honest, you know when you just have an idea, you check Facebook Marketplace. This is literally this buy because I was about to buy the minibus. Because I'm dailing this as well, can you imagine dailing a 16-seater minibus? Like, I'm happy.
Sounds lit.
I'm happy I went with this option, but you know, the roof's really sold it for me, to be honest.
It's just
The roof?
if you have a panoramic sunroof, you can sell your car to Laura.
Yeah,
She's like,
well,
we buy any car.
I do have low standards for cars. That one didn't even run. I spent like £2 on it. Everyone tells me I got like, what's it called? Like shagged for the price? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Bummed up the arse for the price? I should have just gave them my arse. Would have been cheaper.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, that was nearly £2 too. Let me know if you have any project cars to sell. Even better if they don't run and full of rust. And that's about it for this video, guys. Let me know what you want to see done to it. I already have plans for it anyway. You won't really change my mind. But let me know if you've got any ideas. And hopefully, Santa will bring me an impact gun for Christmas. Santa, because I need to finish this job. So maybe after Christmas, you know, if Santa brings it, if I've been a good girl. But you know what I mean. I'm gonna check under the tree. Also, please subscribe because I need to be able to afford car parts and wheels. That better be the reason my car's fucked. I swear to God. If I've done all this shit and the car doesn't start after, I'm straight away selling it. You lot can buy it, £1. I don't give a shit. Take it off my drive. Take it now because I don't want to see it. I'll take bike. At least the bike don't have oil.
I mean, your MX-5's right there.
I don't care about that car either. I'll stamp on it tomorrow. That's a lie. Anyways, let's put the new alternator in.